when your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day.
Now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head, she acts like summer and walks like rain, reminds me that there's a time to change. Since the return of her stay on the moon, she listens like spring and she talks like June. But tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? Tell me, did you fall for a shooting star, one without a permanent scar, and then you missed me while you were looking for yourself out there?
If I could coach any sports team professionally, I would coach my little brother's soccer team, because at the end of a hard day, I would know that there's always a cold juice box waiting for me. If I had to give up one food, the hardest food for me to give up would probably be peanut butter, because I put it on almost everything. If I could be picked up from school from any famous person, it would probably be Marilyn Monroe, because I think she's really beautiful and I think we'd have a lot to talk about. And she would pick me up in a brand new car for me, because if you guys have seen my car, it's pretty bad. But if I could live anywhere in the world, it would be in my grandma's cabin up in the mountains, and it would be because I feel so comfortable there and I've made a lot of memories.
If I could coach any professional sports team or sport, I would coach hockey, because it's a lot like soccer in the way that you're trying to score, but you also get to watch people hurt each other, which is kind of fun to me, even though it's a little messed up. But the food that would be the hardest for me to give up would probably be pizza, because I eat pizza usually once a week and I really like it, so it would definitely be difficult for me to give up pizza. If I could have any celebrity pick me up in whatever way from the school, I would probably have President Barack Obama pick me up so I could tell him a few things, and I'd probably let the Secret Service handle however he picked me up. But if I had a choice, probably the limo with the minigun in the middle of it, because apparently that's actually a thing. If I could live anywhere in the world, I would live in Norway, because it's a lot like New Zealand, except it has nicer areas and it's colder, and I like their social policies more. But I would live in
Anywhere If I got the opportunity to coach any professional sports team, I think I would decline because those people are always judged with everything they do, and I don't think I'd be very good at it. My favorite food that would be the most difficult to give up for a complete year would be little Halo oranges, just because I eat so many of them a day, and they're just the perfect snack for everyone, so that would be really tough. If I could have anyone famous pick me up from school so all my friends would see, I would choose Ryan Reynolds because Ryan Reynolds. And I would have him pick me up in a hot air balloon so it would be really slow and dramatic and everyone would get to see for a long time. If I could live anywhere in the world, I would choose Florida so I could go to Disney World every day and see all the Disney princesses, but I would have to live in a place where there was minimal bugs because I really don't like them and I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Put the world away for a minute, pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love but I lost it. She got too close so I fought it. Now I'm lost in the world trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise.
If I could choose to coach any sports team professionally, it'd be the New York Yankees because they have a great legacy of winning. If anyone famous could pick me up from school or my friends could see, it would be Carrie Underwood in a Lamborghini. If I could live anywhere in the world, it would be Canada because I really like the cold weather. One food I couldn't give up for a year would be pizza because it's really good.
You heard my voice. I came out of the woods by choice. Shelter also gave the shade, but in the dark I have no name. So leave that click in my hand, and I will remember the words that you said. Left a cloud in mind and a heavy heart, but I was sure we could see a new start.
If I could choose one sports team to professionally coach, well, I probably wouldn't do that because I'm not very good at sports and I like to see teams succeed and not fail. And so I probably wouldn't do that unless it was a dance team or something. I could probably help them out a little bit. Out of my favorite foods, the one that I could not give up for an entire year would be mint chocolate chip ice cream because that's the sweet treat that I always enjoy after a meal. If I could choose one famous person to pick me up from school, I would probably pick Austin Ames off A Cinderella Story because, of course, he is really attractive and we would go off in the convertible from the movie The Cinderella Story and we would go off to college together. If I could choose anywhere in the world to live, it would be a toss-up between somewhere in Colorado and somewhere in the South. Colorado because I absolutely love the mountains and waking up to that every day would be such a blessing, but also the South because I'm obsessed with talking Southern and I've been down there before and I just love the people down there.
Well, I'm so above you and it's plain to see, but I came to love you anyway. So you hold my heart out and I don't mind bleeding any old time to keep me waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh, oh, oh.
If I could coach any professional sports team, I would choose the Boston Celtics because I've always been a huge Celtics fan, and they're not doing very good this season, so maybe if I was a coach, it'd be a little bit better. The one food that I couldn't give up for a whole year is mac and cheese because it's the most delicious thing you could possibly eat, and I constantly eat it. If one famous person could pick me up from school, it would have to be Megan Fox, and she would be driving a Maserati because Maserati is my favorite car, and Megan Fox is smoking. If I could live anywhere in the world, it would have to be either California or Hawaii because it's sunny year-round, it's always warm, and it's just beautiful all the time, and I love beaches.
I'm booking myself a one-way flight. I gotta see the color in your eyes. You're telling myself I'm gonna be alright without you, baby, is a waste of time. Yeah, our first date, girl, the seasons changed. It got washed away in the summer rain. You can't undo a fall like this, cause love don't know what distance is. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but I don't want good and I don't want good enough. I want can't sleep, can't breathe without your love. Front porch and one more kiss. It doesn't make sense to anybody else. Who cares if you're all I think about? I've searched the world and I know now it ain't right if you ain't lost your mind.
If I could coach any sports team professionally, I would choose the Kansas City Royals because I think they're going to go back to the World Series this year, and I think it'd be really cool to get to coach a team in the World Series. Out of my favorite foods, the most difficult one for me to give up would be peanut butter because I absolutely love peanut butter and it's my favorite food ever. If I could be picked up from school by any famous person and make sure everybody see, it would definitely be Luke Bryan in the biggest, most jacked up truck ever because I love Luke Bryan and I love big trucks. If I could pick anywhere in the entire world to live, it would be Roatan, which is an island of Honduras, and I would pick there because it's the most beautiful place I've ever been in the whole world, and I could just lay on the beach every day and I would be in heaven.
17, we on those streets. Parking lot, that was our spot, that's where we'd always meet. And we'd roll on out in a pickup truck parade, stake our claim with a fire in a field in the middle of nowhere, USA. We'd light the midnight up, we'd drive too fast, we'd get too loud. We thought we made the world go round. Nothing but a bunch of time to kill. Sit up on the big hill, make a toast, drink it down, say, yeah man, we run this town.
There isn't really one food I could go without, but there is one drink, and that is coffee, because I am addicted to it and drink it every morning. If I could live anywhere in the world, I'd live in Alaska, because there are lots of cool animals like a moose. If I could have anyone pick me up from school and have everybody see, it'd be Jennifer Aniston, because she is very attractive, and I'd have her pick me up in a monster truck because you can't miss a monster truck. If I had to coach a professional sports team, I don't think I really would. I'd coach a professional bull rider known as Matt Triplett, because I think that'd be fun to coach a bull rider.
I stayed up at the sun, thought of all of the people, places and things I've loved. I stayed up just to see that all of the faces, you were the one next to me. You can feel the lines start to tremble, watching what you know
coach any sports team, I would choose to coach a swim team because that's the only sport that I'm good at. So I feel like that's the only one I would be okay at coaching. The food that would be most difficult for me to give up for a year would probably be pizza because I absolutely love pizza and it would just be really hard for me. If I could have a celebrity pick me up from school where everyone would see it, I would have Jennifer Lawrence pick me up because I think that she's super awesome and I feel like we would get along really well. And I would have her pick me up in a big stretch limo, and when she pulled up, she would like poke her head out through the sunroof and announce that she was there to pick me up. If I could live anywhere, I would probably live in Oregon or somewhere on the upper coast because I just really like the cold. I really hate the heat. I like the rain, and I feel like it would just be really cozy to live in like a log cabin or some kind of cabin up there.
There's a Bible on the dash, a little too good at collecting dust. And there's a shotgun on the rack, and that rear view's got a picture of us. And that radio dial stays on 95.3, 'cause it's the only one around here that plays country. If you wanna get to know me, it ain't that hard. It's sitting on some good years there in the yard. Got some dents, got some dings, been my best friend since I was 16. Been baptized in dirty water, handed down to me from my father. If you wanna know what I'm made of, just look at my truck.
If I could coach any sports team professionally, I would choose the Denver Broncos because they obviously needed a new head coach, and I would lead them to the Super Bowl. If I could be picked up by any famous person, it would be Kate Upton, and I would have her pick me up in a 2017 Ford Raptor. If I could live anywhere in the world, I would choose to live in Turks and Caicos because it has beautiful water, and that's the only place I've ever traveled before the beach. Out of all the foods that I love, the one food that I would not be able to give up for a full year would be bacon, because who does not love bacon?
Take me into your loving arms.